You got it right, Dale Taddeo. I'm with the George Wiley Center, and I live in Chepachet. And George Wiley Center, obviously, we are opposed to this rate increase. And I've made a couple of notes wondering why these people need this kind of rate increase. Wasn't so long ago, Public Utilities Commission granted a rate increase to National Grid and then forced the Pascoag Utility District to impose a rate increase on the 4,100 ratepayers in Pascoag that did not ask for it and did not need it. That was totally unfair. They can run the Pascoag Utility District efficiently and cost effectively, and that begs the question, what's wrong with National Grid? Now, the Pascoag Utility District is a publicly owned utility, 4,100 ratepayers. They've been in business for more than 100 years. They have an operating committee, which is the equivalent of a board of directors, and they have a very efficient administrative team and a technical team. The ratepayers up there are members and owners of their own utility. Now, in 1982, I was living in Pascoag at the time. I spent 13 years there. Hurricane Bob come tearing through Rhode Island, and most of the state was down, no electricity for 3 or 4 days. Some outlying areas had no electricity for 6 to 7 days. When I was living in the village of Pascoag, we lost power for 2 hours. And the outlying areas, at the end of the transmission lines, they were out of service for almost 1 day. That's a good system. So rather than paying ratepayers, what they do is they plow the money back into capital improvements within the system. And in the year 2000, the utility district had a water issue. Their water was tainted by gasoline. Long story. But they were able to work through it. Now, this year, they're replacing water mains up there. I know this is not electricity, but they're replacing water mains. Continuous capital improvements. Well, I've been working with the George Wiley Center and with the organizations up north that are opposing the Invenergy power plant deal, and we've been able to connect the dots. And what we did was we discovered the unholy trinity: National Grid, Wall Street, and Invenergy. Now here's the way we see that it went down. Invenergy is having a problem since 35 cities and towns have passed resolutions opposing the power plant. So Wall Street is getting nervous. They don't want to lose their billions of dollars. And we suspect that they told Invenergy, you better find another source of financing. Invenergy went to National Grid. National Grid says, yeah, these saps in Rhode Island, they'll pay for anything. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Now, my proposal is, since National Grid constantly needs more and more money, my feeling is they don't know how to run their company. My proposal is that the citizens of Rhode Island take National Grid under eminent domain, pay them fair market value, and institute a publicly owned utility based on the model of the Pascoag Utility District. And that'll be the end of that.